When treating seed, especially corn, we want to be sure that we are handling the seed very gently. And so we would recommend using seed ladders whenever possible, and don't handle the product any more than is necessary. And when over-treating corn, always follow the manufacturer's recommended application rates. To go from the transportation mode into the treatment mode, what we'll need to do is we need to remove the 16 bolts that hold the legs in the transportation mode. We'll lift the hopper straight up, we'll move the trailer back and put it into position for the treating mode. One of the important aspects of treating is to have the correct chemical flow, and to do that we need to calibrate the flow meters. And so to do that, what we'll do is we will run the chemical that we're using up into the calibration tube, and we'll take it to the 0 mark on the tube. And once we have it to the 0, what we'll do is we will run the pumps for a predetermined amount of time, which in this case is 1 minute. And after the calibration cycle is complete, we'll see how much liquid is in the calibration tube, and then we will put that into the automation, and it will give us a correction factor. So what we've captured 55 ounces in the calibration tube. We'll put that information in to our totals, and it will give us a correction factor. Now our flow meter is calibrated to the product that's in the tank, and now we can set our flow rate in the automation once we know what our seed flow rate is. One of the important steps of this process is to make sure that we keep the chemical in suspension. We for sure want to follow the guidelines that's recommended by the chemical company. And to do that, we have an agitation pump that it agitates our chemical, and to turn that on, we would plug it in. Now what we have is we have the treater into the treating position, and what we need to do is we need to run the seed through the system and time it to determine the seed flow rate. So then we're able to connect it with the chemical flow to get the correct seed application. As we're dumping the box of seed into the hopper, you'll notice that we have a remote box gate opener to open up the Pro box. It is very important to know how much seed that you pour into the hopper, and you need to weigh it prior to putting it into the hopper, because we do need a known weight. Okay, so at the end of that run, how many seconds did we have?
155 seconds.
155 seconds and 2,200 pounds.
Yep.
Is what we had on our scale in the hopper.
So we're going to take 2,200 divided by 155 seconds is 14. We're going to take that times 60 to get us to pounds per minute, which is 851 pounds per minute. 851 pounds.
Then what we need to do is we need to find the rate of application of the chemical, which is 8 ounces per hundredweight.
And so to get the ounces per minute rate, we'll take 850 divided by 100 and take 8.5 times 8 is going to be 68 ounces per minute. So we're going to so our seed flow is going to be 851 pounds per minute, and our treatment flow is going to be 68 ounces per minute.
So what we'll want to go to is to the pump that we're using and change it to 68 ounces a minute. Okay, once that is set, then we'll need to make sure that our pump is ready to come on in the automation mode. So, I need to set that. Now that we have the seed calibrated and we have the liquid calibrated, we're ready to actually put the treatment onto the seed. What we really need to make sure is that we have the valve here to take the liquid to the treater. But for this demonstration, we're going to actually just recirculate it back into the tank. So what we'll need to do is, here what we have is we have our pump, and we'll want to put that into the auto position. We'll want to turn on our atomizer and turn on discharge conveyor. Then what we would do is we're going to open up the gate to our predetermined 2 inches to start the seed flow. At the end of the run, what we need to do is make sure that we open the gate all the way open to make sure there's no leftover seed in the hopper. And then we can come back and turn our conveyor, the discharge conveyor to off and our atomizer to off. And we can take our pumps from auto to off if needed.
Okay, so one of the things that we need to do before we move the hopper, we've got the forklifts in place and we've got our 16 bolts removed from the hopper legs, is we need to unloosen this clamp around this spout. So to do that, we take a 9/16 wrench and we're going to loosen this nut and then we'll drop that down. With that spout removed, we're now ready to lower the hopper down into transport mode.
Once the treating is completed and you're ready to go into transport mode, we want to make sure that we disconnect all the power cords. And what we're going to do is we're going to demonstrate how to take the hopper and put it into the transport, onto the transport legs. What we're going to do is we'll lift the hopper up after we remove the 16 bolts and nuts, and we'll pull the trailer ahead and set it down on the transport legs. Once you have all 16 bolts in the legs, go ahead and tighten them for the transportation mode.